Vinyl wraps are awesome looking, and you can make your car as personalized as you want. And they're supposed to last between 5 to 7 years. And I think wrap shops tell you that, but there's a big giant asterisk that says, if you take care of it. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about what are some ways to make sure you take care of it so it does actually last 5 to 7 years and not 1 year. Let's find out right away. So behind me, I have Desto's car, and this is wrapped in Avery khaki green, and these are the mountains of Colorado, I guess. We're gonna talk about some tips that you need to know in order to keep your vinyl wrap nice and fresh for years to come. And the first step we're gonna talk about is going to be a 2-bucket car wash. So you got 2 buckets. One is going to be the wash, and this is where the car wash shampoo is gonna be, and this is the rinse. And the rinse actually has something called grit guards. You can use this to scrub your mitts down, get the dirt, and then it's raised like this, so it keeps the dirt down. This is really important. And then that way you're not getting all that contamination across your vinyl. And then when you do it, you always want to start from the top to the bottom. And if you start from the bottom, you're going to introduce all that dirt. Even if you have a 2-bucket, most likely you'll be introducing that dirt back to the top. And if you have that little piece of dirt or debris or rock, you're gonna go across that vinyl, and that's actually gonna damage the vinyl. So I'm not gonna wash the whole car because this is more about giving you the tips and knowledge so that you can take care of your vinyl. But what you wanna do first is use a good amount. You don't need a whole lot. And then if you have a pressure washer, very helpful to foam it up. And before you even start this, the first step is actually you're going to rinse it down. So if you have a pressure washer, this is really, really helpful. But I think a lot of people don't necessarily. They just have like so their water kind of looks like this, right? But if you do have a pressure washer, the main thing that you want to keep in mind for vinyl wrap is not to be like insanely close. You want to be 12 to 18 inches away when you're actually spraying. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to do demonstration to the mirror and then the door right here. So be a little further away. If you do have vinyl patterns like this is the same thing. This is the edge. So you never want to get pressure washer into it, right? Because it might actually peel. If you have just normal water, go ahead and just rinse it out. Sorry, when I say normal water, I mean just like a hose, right? You're just gonna go ahead and just rinse it out real good. That water is going to bring all the, I guess, like large pieces of dirt and debris down first. And then after that, you can go ahead and use a wash mitt. And then you're gonna go ahead and just go through. Yeah, this is nice. I have hot water right here. Go in straight lines like that. I dunked into a rinse at least every panel, and then you can always also flip it to the other side, right? So I got the other side here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the door, and just gonna go in straight motion like this. Okay, this isn't super terribly dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way down, but if it was, that's when I would save the rockers for last. So you're saving all the dirtiest bits for the last part. That way you have the least amount of chances for contaminating and creating a scratch or gash on your vinyl. So once that's done, all you need to do is rinse it. So assuming that you did all of that, you're gonna go ahead and grab your water and then just rinse it down. One thing to keep in mind whenever you're washing cars, whether it's vinyl wrapped or not, you're not really forcing anything, right? I'm putting barely any stress, and I'm not like scrubbing, okay? A lot of people have this idea that you gotta like really go aggressive on it. I'm not. You're just literally putting barely any, and you're letting the actual soap do the work. So now that you got all your car washed, the important thing is going to be that you dry it. Most people aren't gonna be having pretty much deionized water, which means that all the mineral contents are removed. It's clean water. And if you have a lot of mineral content, what happens is you're gonna create water spots. And water spots also does happen on vinyl wrap vehicles. You can just blow dry like that. And this is a smaller version. I like using this for like the tires and stuff, but I recommend like the Ego. Ego is what we use at the shop. Super big, massive amount of CFM, a lot of air just coming out. But the other way is going to be just drying with a drying towel. And this is a very, very high GSM. And what that means is super fluffy. You can just kind of grab it here, very, very little force. Just kind of let it glide. So if you have it here, what people do is they just kind of grab it and just drag it across. And then, if there's a little bit left, you can definitely wipe it down. But same thing with this, you're extremely gentle. You're not forcing anything. And this makes sure that you're not leaving any residue or water spots. And you're probably asking the question, why can't I take it to a car wash or touchless or any of that? So first of all, if you take it to a normal car wash, and normally you got a lot of abrasion, right? So you got a lot of that I guess a giant rag that just kind of like turns around. I mean, they're washing hundreds of cars per day. So if there was a really, really dirty car and it still has that dirt, it's gonna just create massive amount of swirl marks or damage to your vinyl. And vinyl does have some of the self-healing abilities to a certain degree, but not repeated car washes. So it will eventually ruin this. It will also make the longevity last way shorter than 5 years. I mean, it might be 2 or 3 years if that's the case. The other one that you're probably asking is touchless car wash. So since it's not using any sort of contact, it has to use heavier chemicals to get and really get the dirt out of the surface of the vehicle. And we've had some customers, like for example, like Chrome Delete, they go through a touchless car wash and it's so heavy, it actually discolors the vinyl. So before we get into other tips, make sure you click on that subscribe button. We love making maintenance videos about how to take care of your car, your vinyl wraps, whatever that is. But let's get straight into the waterless. So you already washed your car, but you park it at work and then all of a sudden a bird comes around and poops right on your car. Happens to the best of us. And the thing about bird poop is that there's a lot of acid, creates what we call etching. So it creates this like drop, right? And it stays there forever. So one of the first things that you want to do is if you see a bird poop or bug gut, those are also acidic. You want to try to get rid of it as soon as you can. So we recommend a quick detailer or a waterless car wash like this one. I'm going to go to the back. I think I saw something. So I found this massive one. You want to go ahead and spray some waterless. And for something like this, let's spray a good bit. And what I'd like to do is I change it to the spray, the stream, and then I hit it. And you can see that I can actually get rid of a lot of it. And this is nasty, but you can see that I got rid of all of that. But because we got this early, that acid wasn't able to, etch through that surface, and I don't really see any remnants of it. So I'll meet you back in the front. Let's go to the other side again. I would ask like the shop that you got it done, if they do some sort of warranty in certain things. Like we offer a 1-year warranty, but that's like if it was our fault and like we make mistakes as a shop, right? I'd be happy to admit that. And maybe it wasn't our best day and it peeled on the edge. We're gonna redo that, right? But if we had a car accident, it's not gonna be free, but oftentimes we do it at cost. So we're not really making any money, but we'll replace it because you're our customer. We're gonna take care of you. So that's a question that you wanna ask when you're actually getting your car wrapped as well. The number one step that you can do to protect the vinyl wrap is going to be protected with paint protection film. I want to iterate that this is a vinyl wrap. So this actually doesn't protect from rock chips or any blunt forces. If you get a rock chip, what happens is it might tear just a little bit. It's very common that a lot of our customers does a vinyl wrap like this, and then they would actually do paint protection film for the front end. And that's what I typically recommend. The cost can go significantly high once you do the full vehicle, and it's not as big of an issue because when you look at a car and it's going down the highway, and that's where a lot of the damages happen, it's really going to be the fenders, the mirrors, the hood, and the bumper that gets a lot of that damage. It's also a little bit easier to manage and keep clean as well if you do that. So that's what we would recommend. We have a lot of content around PPF, how to take care of it, how to do it, do yourself kids. Check out our channel. You can see a lot of content around that. But that pretty much sums up on how to take care of a vinyl wrap Tesla or any vinyl wrap car. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We really enjoyed making this video. I think this is really important. And if you follow the steps, you're going to be on your way to keeping your car or vinyl wrap car for more than 5 years. Good luck, and we'll see you later.